We are here after to get the briefing really from the locals. I have been receiving briefings because nung umalis ako sa Cebu Friday, Sec Vince and Sec Rex napunta na rito. Nagdiretso, they were here Saturday. So natatanggap ko yung kanilang report. Pero siguro ang dapat nating gawin ngayon ay pakinggan ng lokal. What is the report from your office para alam namin yung kailangan namin gawin. Gov. Nelson, sige, please go ahead.
Magandang araw po sa atin lahat. Maraming salamat, kagalang-galang na Presidente Ferdinand Marcos, sa inyong pagdalaw dito sa probinsya ng Davao Oriental, 10 ng ating mga Cabinet Secretary and other national agencies. Summary of effect as of October 13, 2025, Municipality of Boston, number of affected families 4,662. Ang partially damaged po is 31 houses. Ang internal displaced person, number of families is 1,667. Sa Municipality of Katiil, number of families affected, 18,087. Totally damaged, 5 houses. Partially damaged, 1,082. Internally displaced person, 11,597. Injured, 23. Municipality of Baganga, number of families affected is 11,195.
Does everyone have a copy of this listing? Oh, okay na ito siguro. Nelson, we'll just look at the totals para yung ito meron ako. Para yung DSWD, you can
yung total na siguro. Yes.
Oo.
Okay.
Province-wide, please.
The number of affected families in the whole Davao Oriental is 166,384. The totally damaged houses is 503. The partially damaged houses is 8,055. The internally displaced person, number of families is 90,297. Individuals is 65,716. Death is 3. Injured is 323. Yun po yung total houses and injured and death na mga tao dito sa probinsya ng Davao Oriental.
Alright. Wala pa dito yung mga public buildings. Gaya ng ospital, yung mga eskwela.
Wala pa po. Hindi kasama
Hindi pa kompleto yung assessment, ano? Vince, they haven't completed kung pwedeng gamitin o hindi.
Matatapos
Not,
po siguro, Mr. President,
within the day. Oh, okay. Very good. All right.
Yes po, yes po.
Na at least malaman natin kung alin sa mga buildings ang hindi na magamit, yung mga iba na pwede pang i-repair, and then we'll have to budget it. We'll have to, because we're coming to the end of the year, everybody's starting to feel the pinch. Anyway, I see. So,
our health facilities intact except the one in Bicol.
Yun lang ang kailangan nating, yun ang non-functional. Pero nagawa ng solusyon ni Yusek Murillo, meron kaming non-functional na super health center sa Manay. 5 minutes away, yun muna magiging functional na parang
where is the super health center?
It's 5 minutes away from the hospital, the one we visited.
Okay.
So nandun na yung mga pasyente. So yun na, ganun na mangyayari, sir. Yun muna ang gagawin nating hospital ng Manay until ma-build yung damaged hospital.
Pero you were saying, somebody was telling me, hindi nawala yung kuryente.
Yung kuryente naman po namin dito, so far sa ngayon, okay naman po.
Walang outage, walang ano?
Wala naman po. Pero nung immediately right after po nung lindol, matagal-tagal po na nawala yung kuryente namin. In fact, isa sa major problem namin dito sa Davao Oriental is maliban sa shortage po kami ng supply ng kuryente, fluctuating po yung kuryente namin, lagi po kami brown out dito.
That's another problem that we will have to solve. Pero kung ano yung supply ninyo, na ibalik naman.
Naibalik na po,
Naibalik naman. All right, so let's I presume Rex, I presume that these numbers are pretty much because these shouldn't increase anymore.
Sir,
because all the people who have been evacuated have been counted. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, working with the local government, we've already released 36,000 family food packs.
Yeah.
Yan ho yung standard operating procedure natin. Ang tansya ho namin, may mga kumukuha pa, will probably round off close to 50,000. So we have enough in the region. Before the earthquake struck, we had like 100,000. And
Within the region.
In the region. And then kumukuha rin ho tayo sa
Cebu.
sa Caraga.
Caraga.
Malapit rin ho sila. So meron rin tayong 200,000 doon.
Okay.
So mas malapit ho kasi yung iba sa Caraga eh. So doon na rin ho kami kumukuha. But we have more than enough food supplies, sir. And then the partially and totally damaged, sabi ko na lang ho sa mga governor and mayors, kokolate na lang namin so that we can prepare the cash assistance na ho, sir.
But these are not the damage to the houses, partially and total, are not, this number is not yet complete.
Sir, hindi pa ho eh.
Hindi pa,
Nag-usap
hindi
kami
pa.
nila governor.
No, hindi pa ho. Ongoing pa rin yung assessment po.
Ongoing pa yung assessment. Kasi ibang lindol, kung minsan nasa loob, hindi mo nakikita yung damage na nasa loob.
Sir, like sa Cebu,
Kailangan maging maingat.
sa Cebu ngayon lang nila ibibigay yung totally and partially na total nila eh.
Total
Inisa-isa ho, tapos
Yeah.
validate. So it's been a week and a half na since that earthquake.
Yeah.
Ngayon lang ho
Well,
talaga
I
pumasok.
hope na because it's not so densely populated as it is in
Cebu.
Bogo and then surrounding towns. I hope that doesn't that should not be too much. But in any case, we already know
Yes, sir.
what is the numbers that we need to supply
To
for
feed,
relief goods.
Yes, sir.
And then I saw the kitchen.
Yes.
All of these
Nakaset up na ho siya.
nakaset up na. All right. Yung mga ito halimbawa 503 ang totally damaged homes. Yan talaga hindi pwedeng balikan pa ng mga nakatira doon. Kaya maglalagay doon yung naging solution namin sa Cebu was tent city. Pero meron tayong mas bagong sistema. Pakita mo yung
Ito po yung picture, no?
drawing.
Modular box houses.
Ganyan na. Para kasi pumasok ako doon sa tent, ang init-init eh. Tsaka kaya nasa labas silang lahat. So we will put 150 units. Ito.
150 units po ang
Where's
ready.
the location?
50 here and 50 for each LGUs na nag-request na po. 150 total.
All right. So kailan mag-start?
We'll start on Friday to install. Then hopefully by Monday, people can start coming in these
Okay.
modular houses.
Mabilis lang. Pero sa ngayon, dito pagtsagaan na muna natin itong tent. Pero a few days lang naman. Basta we'll be here always for providing naman sa lahat ng pangangailangan. What are you doing here? For example, again, I always worry about toilet facility. I worry about disease. Yeah. What do you do here? Where do people go to the bathroom dito?
Sir, for wash facilities, usually sa camp management, DSWD, but we also watch the toilet facilities, usually portalet, pero kinukulang na raw sila. So,
Kulang na
common yan. Ang problema sa camp, they're all common use.
Siguro,
And then,
isa lang ang nakuha sa tagum pa.
oo. Tapos ang problema natin,
Ubus lahat ng portalet.
nagpadala na rin kami ng truck of yung sa water, kasi yung supply ng water ang parang naging problem.
But
di ba?
again, the portalet lang talaga ang pwedeng gamitin for now. But siguro pag naitayo na yan, ano bang tawag natin dyan? Modular ano? Okay, modular shelter units. Okay, the modular pag natayo na yan, may kasama yan na toilet facilities, water supply, electrical supply, common kitchen, yung para kumpleto naman ang sa pangangailangan ng nandoon. So we will wait for the collating of the information para dito sa buildings, especially public and private buildings also, because we will still have to have a look at that. In any case, okay. So can we hear now from the admin Cabreros? of the OCD on his report. We can get a full report.
Good noon to everyone. Good noon to our President. For the consolidated report of with regards to the 7.4 earthquake and 6.8 earthquake, which they call it doublet, we have recorded that 331 barangays were affected with 132,000 families with 520,000 individuals. And due to the tsunami warning, there were preemptive evacuation conducted, wherein there were 2,725 families were evacuated. Likewise, as of immediately after the aftermath of the earthquake, we have recorded 18. Sorry. I cannot see. 18 evacuation centers established with 2,000 evacuees inside the evacuation centers, and there are also 52 outside evacuation centers with 192 persons, 192,000 persons outside the evacuation centers. And on casualties, we have recorded 8 and 389 injured without a missing person. For damaged houses, we have recorded 2,102 total damages with 298 totally damaged and 1,804 partially damaged. On the status of lifelines, everything had been restored, except for some roads which are still under repair, and 5 roads and 3 bridges. For power, telecom, water were all restored. So after the earthquake, or during the earthquake, there were a suspension of classes and work. There were 163 LGUs who suspended classes and 142 LGUs suspended work. For our assistance, sir, we already provided a total of 27 million pesos to affected families. Likewise, the DSWD already provided 26,539,962 pesos worth of food and non-food items, benefiting 24,358 families. For our search and rescue and retrieval, the AFP and other uniform personnel have deployed 1,819 personnel in using 194 assets during the evacuation of the families in affected areas. And for the DOH, they have deployed medical and assessment teams in different areas, particularly in addressing the psychosocial effects of the earthquake. So that's the gathered information, and we are still gathering more information, particularly on the damaged houses.
Well, the infrastructure is still going to be is still not complete. Although the evacuees, the number is, I'm pretty confident that it's already a good working number that we have. All right. So looking at the report from OCD, so we will have to be we will need to be providing for the total evacuees for all of the in and out of the evacuation centers. Yeah, which is our usual practice, which comes up to about 211.63. 250,000. Is that about right?
Yes, sir.
Altogether? Yeah. Okay. So we'll deploy kitchens and the usual thing. Yeah. How do we get the hot food to people who are outside of the evacuation center? Or do we
Sir,
hindi
yun
na?
food packs talaga ho
Food
yun.
pack talaga.
Food packs yun.
Well, as long as we can provide cash assistance,
Yes, sir.
they're probably staying with their
Relatives,
friend, neighbor,
so-
relative, yeah. So they can cook.
Yes, sir.
So yung pagkain na lang. So anyway, all right. So okay. Yes, that's the one. All right. So for all the local executives, ito lang, this is what we have decided to provide. This is what we think. Sorry, it's not what we decided to provide. It is what we can see is going to be the necessary support that we are going to give. So that's what I was talking about. We have now the kitchens. We have the tent cities, but we will change the tent cities into the modular shelters that we have found to be mas matibay, mas komportable, para kahit na medyo matagalan. Kasi yung infrastructure, pagka i-rehabilitate at saka rebuild, matagal ng kaunti yan eh. So we will have to find a place na maganda naman ng kanilang lagay. So we are providing meals from the mobile kitchen. Magbibigay din tayo ng 10,000 piso para sa mga pamilyang tuluyang nasira na ang tahanan, para mayroon silang pambili. Kung naman meron silang pambili para ayusin nila, baka kaya na nilang umpisahan, ayusin yung kanilang bahay. So from the office of the President, we have put aside 50 million pesos for the province of Davao Oriental. We have put aside 15 million pesos for the municipalities of Manay, Banay, and Lupon. 10 million pesos para sa lungsod ng Mati, Tarragona, Baganga, Boston at Catil. Tigli 5 milyong piso sa municipality na Caraga at San Isidro at 3 milyong piso para sa municipality ng Governor Generoso. So para sa it's up to the LGU kung paano nyo gagamitin ito. Yung iba ginagamit para pang-augment doon sa ginagawa ng DSWD. But the reason na binibigay namin itong pondo sa inyo, dahil as a former governor, I know that lahat ng bawat lugar may kaibahan sa pangangailangan. Yung iba kailangan ayusin yung water supply. Yung iba kailangan buksan yung kalsada. Iba-iba. And that's why ang thinking namin, ibigay na lang namin sa inyo yung pondo. Mas alam ninyo kaysa sa amin ang pangangailangan dun sa area ninyo. Kaya't yan ang aming gagawin. At sa mga ibang apektadong LGU, meron naman tayong 20 million pesos para sa probinsya ng Agusan del Sur, 15 million para sa Davao de Oro, Davao del Norte, Davao Occidental, Davao City, Agusan del Norte, Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur at Dinagat Islands. At may tulong pa rin kami para sa mga ibang apektado ng LGU. And again, the Office of the President will give 150,000 for each family that has lost completely, yung talagang nasira ang kanilang tirahan. And I have nag-instruct na ako sa DBM na maglabas ng LGSF, local, yung ating LGSF na para sa mga probinsya na naapektuhan ng lindol. Kasabay pa nito ay magtatayo ang DSUD ng housing, yung ipinakita natin na modular shelter. Yun ang ipapalit natin dito sa Tent City. And this is going to be under, may program ang DSUD talaga para dito, Integrated Disaster Shelter Assistance Program, yung IDSAP na tinatawag nila. Yan ang kanilang gagawing trabaho para dito sa area ninyo. yung napuntahan namin doon sa ospital, well, tinitignan pa natin. Yung high school, medyo may plano na tayo sa Manay High School. May plano na tayo para kung ano yung, yung nakita natin building, yung sarap, wala na, hindi na talaga pwede. So, maglagay tayo ng isa pa sa likod. Ngayon, okay, ang DPWH ay yung mga kayang ayusin na infrastructure, yung mga minor damage, yung tinatawag na minor damage lang, gagamitin nila yung QRF nila, yung Quick Response Fund, which we have to replenish. But anyway, that's what, yun ang mga ating gagawin. 150 modular housing units, ayan, napag-usapan na natin. At magdadala rin ang DSUD ng 5 milyong pisong halaga ng raw material. Para hindi na ito yung trapal, yung talagang 2x2 na mga martilyo, mga pako, para maumpisahan na. Tapos magagamit yung tulong ng DSWD, yung kanilang hawak na cash, para meron kung ano yung kanilang pangangailangan. Kasi ang ano namin dyan, pagka na-displace ang tao, iba-ibang, tama, nakakatiyak tayo na may pagkain man sila, may tubig sila. So, may shelter sila. Pero bawat pamilya have the different needs. Kung may sanggol, siyempre, yung kailangan yung gatas, yung kung ano yung mga diaper, kung may matanda, yung maintenance na gamot. That brings me again to the medicine supply. We don't have a problem. We could
actually supply them with lots of medicine. Ang ating regional director na dito, si Director Gamolo. So we've actually supplied the necessary essential medicines and supplies. Nakita ko yung listahan and report sa akin at yung truck ng mga gamot na dinistribute dito sa mga evacuation center. May medical doctors din tayo dyan sa mga
evacuation center. At saka yung mga teams natin, dito sa mga evac centers, di ba?
Yes.
I suppose if you're going to have 50 units in 3 different places, pwede nang more or less semi-permanent na yung medical team doon. Maiiwan na sila doon hanggang
yes,
put up a small clinic there.
Usually one clinic per group of families. Yeah. Ganun po ang setup.
Okay. Okay, so anyway, yun ang ating plano ngayon. Ngayon, yan ang plano ng national government. Kayo magsabi sa amin, ano pa ang hindi ko nabanggit na palagay ninyo kailangan dito?
Ang problema po namin, mayroon kaming mga municipal building, mga evacuation center na totally damaged. So yun po yung hindi namin naisali sa listahan dahil inuna po namin yung mga tao na masiguro na mailagay yung pangalan nila sa listahan po.
Alright, pero umaasa kami sa mayors, The mayors, yung mga mayor ang gagawa ng mga listahan ng mga dapat tulungan. So doon namin babasihan yung pag-distribute ng mga relief goods, kung anong mga assistance na kailangan. Oo. So, yun talaga yung buildings kasi pag lindol, infrastructure damage talaga ang problema. Hinahanap ko nga dito yung agri. Walang agri damage. So, mabuti na lang. At least, that's a blessing. Yung school pati, no? How many of the...
Sir,
besides the high school that you went
900, sa whole region 918 yung totally damaged, sir. So, we will have to work with SecVince dun sa QRF and then also dun sa new classrooms. Na lang namin. Tama si SecVince, sir. If we can build, mas malaki na yung i-construct kaysa doon sa nasira. Para anticipatory na rin yung parang build back better, sir.
Yun ang napag-usapan namin. Kasi pagka gumagawa tayo ng evacuation center, ng eskwela, meron dyan standard design. Sabi ko kay SecVince, pag-aralan nila, alam naman natin kung saan banda yung lindol, kung nasaan yung fault line. Diyan magkakalindol. So yung mga area na ganun, dapat pag-isipan natin na medyo mas matibay-tibay para pagkaganto ay hindi naman masira. pati na rin sa mga eskwelahan, yung mga madalas daanan, pati na yung sa typhoon, yung madalas daanan ng bagyo, kayo hindi nyo problema yan. Pero sa ibang lugar, yung madalas daanan ng bagyo, ganun na rin. We have to keep that in mind na these are more delicate areas when it comes to that. Alright, so patuloy lang yung gagawin natin na Governor Nelson yung sa pag-assess ng mga buildings para malaman natin kung ano ba talaga yung damage at saka anong kailangan, yung ibang pwede pang i-repair kung ano pang kailangan at yung hindi na ma-repair, kung ano yung gagawin natin, magtatayo tayo ng mga bago. Oo. Alright, that's I think that's all these are all the issues we've tried to cover for today. At tuloy-tuloy lang ang yung lagi kong sinasabi sa ating mga nagiging biktima pagka may sakuna kagaya nito, ay lagi kong sinasabi na huwag kayong magdadalawang isip kung anong pangangailangan ninyo, sabihin ninyo sa amin. Kung kaya namin dalhin, kaya namin ibigay, gagawin namin. At hindi ito pangminsanan lamang. Hindi kami aalis dito, hindi aalis ang DSWD, ang DOH, ang DPWH, lahat na yang DSUD, ang CDO, lahat wala sa aming aalis dito hangga't lahat ng the citizens na natamaan ay nakabalik na sa more or less na normal na buhay. Hindi na nangangailangan ng relief goods, hindi na nangangailangan ng shelter, hindi na nangangailangan ng gamot, hindi na at least na emergency yun ang ating gagawin. So that's our job. So we have to do this together with the local government. Yan ang lagi kong kasi ang local government talaga ang pinaka authoritative. Kayo alam ninyo kung saan yung problema, alam din ninyo kung ano yung dapat maging solusyon So nakikinig kami sa inyo. At I hope that for now, at least people are already meron silang masilungan, meron na silang kinakain. That's okay na yun for now. Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pagdala ng suporta. Okay? Any other matters that anybody wants to bring up?
Mr. President,
Sige,
good afternoon po. In behalf po of the people of Tarragona, we wish to extend our heartfelt gratitude po for you po and for our agencies na nandito po for the immediate response, especially po for DSWD and with the rest of the attached agencies. Maraming salamat po talaga. Hindi po nahirapan kami sa local government because of the interventions. Although nasagot naman po yung mga kailangan po namin, short term, medium term, and long term. Sa short term po, alam ko pong nandito si DSWD, but we are looking into yung sustainability po ng food requirement ng aming mga evacuees, knowing na marami po kaming severely damaged na houses, totally damaged houses, so they will be staying longer. I'm afraid baka kukulangin po kami sa pagkain and all other needs of our evacuees, no? And for the medium term naman po, we wish to say thank you very much to DSWD and DSUD who wish us to extend financial assistance. And for the long term, we're also expecting, Mr. President, livelihood program for our constituents, knowing that Tarragona has 34.47% poverty incidence, the second highest in Davao Oriental. And most of our victims are all farmers. So we're leaning towards giving livelihood opportunities for our farmers. And lastly, Mr. President, all our essential facilities, infrastructure facilities are already affected, especially the one we visited, the evacuation center, which we temporarily use also as a classroom for our tertiary school. Temporary po kasi namin ginagamit ito. I'm afraid na baka po nag-resume itong klase po, wala pong matuluyan yung aming mga estudyante. Ito nga pong local college namin kasi wala na po itong aming evacuation center, the regional evacuation center and the municipal provincial evacuation center po. While we will be submitting, Mr. President, other yun yung naapektuhan, mga roads that connects our farms to our markets, yun po ang isa sa challenge namin ngayon. Alam ko pong nandyan kayo, but we're afraid na baka po kukulangin din po kami sa local government unit. We will be writing a formal letter.
Ano mapuputol yung food supply ninyo? Saan kayo kumukuha ng pagkain ngayon?
What I'm referring, Mr. President, is itong mga pagkain na itong community kitchen na ginagawa namin ngayon. Kasi ang nangyayari, nandito si DSWD, nandito si Philippine Red Cross, and then during dinner, meron din po kami community kitchen sa local government. Yun nga po sana ang i-request ko na baka po ma-sustain hanggang meron po tayong evacuees po sa ating tent city.
Yes, sir.
Well,
We can assure the mayor that.
Yun talaga yun ang sinasabi ko sa inyo.
Yes,
hindi
sir.
kami alis dito hanggang
Yes, sir. Thank you
more
very
or
much
less,
for that.
hindi naman masabi namin bumalik sa dati, pero more or less normal na yung buhay ng mga naging biktima. Oo. Pero saan kayo kumukuha ng pagkain?
Sa ngayon, sir, wala kaming palengke kasi nga naka-code red ang mga facilities
so
namin.
We'll have to bring it in. No, yan ang gawin na ng local government, yan gamitin niyo yung pera ang ibibigay namin.
Yes, sir.
Yun ang gamitin niyo, maghanap na kayo ng supplier.
Opo,
Bago pa maubos yung nasa atin. Di
Yes,
ba? Magplano na tayo ahead. Huwag na nating antayin na maubusan. Maisipin natin kailan kaya muna kung ilang buwan pa to. Kailan tayo mauubusan? Paano natin pakakainin ng ating mga ano?
Thank you very much for that, sir. Naikwento ko na din po kay Secretary Angara yung kakulangan po ng aming classrooms.
Yeah.
While our high school and elementary schools are greatly affected also, our tertiary school, definitely wala na pong matutuluyan kasi nga po yung evacuation center na temporary shelter din ng tertiary school na damage na din po.
Yun ang
So
problema
we will be
sa-
writing a letter.
sa Lindol, eh. Yeah. That's a big number, 900 and what? Schoolrooms destroyed?
Well, 900 in the region, but 300 sa Davao Oriental, Mr. President.
Only in Davao Oriental.
Only in Davao Oriental. So, of course, we'll double check also with Sex Vince's teams
Sure.
dun sa structural integrity ng mga schools. But we assure Mayor na dito lang ko yung team namin. And
Sige po.
Priority
For
ho
the
yan.
meantime, Mr. President, we're looking into establishing a tent, parang tent na rin for a temporary classroom po ng aming mga estudyante.
Meron kami, Mr. President, it takes 15 days yung temporary learning space, similar to what Sec Ping
Dahil nga sa
is doing.
Bagyo at saka sa Lindol, nasanay na tayo, meron na tayong tinatawag na temporary learning space. Kung hindi na pwede o hindi pa pwede yung kanilang eskwelahan, doon na muna sila. Pero may ano yung parang similar to what yung modular shelter na pinakita.
Thank you very much po,
Okay,
Mr.
sige.
President.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Go.
Sige,
Salamat, Go.
Good luck sa inyo.